Oh boy.
Oh god, I forgot the bumper.
I was gonna say, is this bumper time?
Fuck.
Let's go, man.
You've already lost.
Oh.
Work.
Thanks, Fractal. All right, welcome to Game 1 of OG versus Escape, ladies and gentlemen. This is the final opening round, Elimination
Underlord.
2.0.
Pit Lord.
Suns
Pit
fan.
Lord. Pit Lord.
You're on the ball, dude.
Wait, what was banned? The community banned heroes.
Yep.
They're the same as they were this morning. That's right.
Correct,
It doesn't
yeah.
change per series. It only changes per day.
Correct.
Okay. All right,
Correct,
my bad.
Mr. Mount. So you see the community band heroes up top, opening bands. Pit Lord is still in it. Fingers crossed.
I'm just glad there's an Arcward ban. Let's go.
But first pick Bat Rider for OG. That's some pretty high priority on the flying bat.
Yeah, Slark's automatically community banned out, so that's kind of nice. Don't have to worry about that coming in later with his own dark pack. But Oracle's still in, so more than likely we'll see that picked up here in the first two for Escape.
Pit Lord. Pit Lord. That's
All
not.
right,
That's a fat
Ogre.
guy. That's the wrong one though.
Jug.
Ooh.
All right. He's not getting picked. Guys.
Boring.
Very meta.
Yeah.
Cinder's not gonna pick Pit Lord.
What about OG?
Really? Do you know
Yeah,
that
because
he...
we played an A to Z challenge, and I played Pit Lord. He played Arc Warden, and I TP'd us onto ourselves because I misclicked on the minimap.
Oh.
So I think that's permanently scarred him from wanting Pit Lord on his team.
He just has flashbacks. Sorry, I'm not picking that hero.
Okay, well, that's a good analysis, Suns fan. Only you
Thank
could have
you.
provided that.
Yes. All right, I
So
don't know if
we've
he's gonna
got
get banned.
Vengeful Spirit now. A little bit of a block pick, one of the better heroes against the Bat Rider, of course. Oracle still available.
Surely that gets banned out. So, yeah, I guess a little bit of versatility, right? Possibility saying this in the position 1 Vengeful Spirit. It's okay up against Jug, too. Can mess with him when he's doing his spin. Couple nice bits here. Be interesting to see who they want to throw mid with all of our wandering ogres lately and how they just like to come mid and punch creeps and deny them. It can be a little bit tough to get that really nice matchup of the mid lane now.
All right. Well, Mott has left us. He's gearing up to cast. Spoiler alert.
Mout.
Mout will be casting. Well,
Ran away.
now
He's
you do. I
abandoned.
have to unmute you, Mout. That's
no.
true. You can talk to us from that computer. Well done.
Yeah. So. I'm
Life
here still.
Stealer, third ban here for Escape. Man, game 1 is so... After you get to a game 3, it feels so disappointing to come back to game 1. I'm really trying to hype this
Fuck
up.
game
But
I don't know, man,
Just
because the last
fast
game ones we've
forward.
had Arcward and stuff like that. It's not like the worst thing.
Yeah.
There could still be a Pit Lord, potentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
he's still in.
that's true. I mean, it's
I
not
can
doesn't
only
really
already
about
work
tell that
well
these
with
teams
Escape,
are
though.
these teams are not Pit Lord pickers. Well, unless they pick a no-tail Pit Lord on the 1 position.
Is that a thing?
It might be. It very well might be. Pit Lord does feel like a Han hero, so no-tail will have experience with that.
That is true. That is a very good point I didn't consider. He's kind of
Thank
like a
you.
combination of the old Kraken mixed with Meraxis.
He just
These
looks
words,
like
I know-
yes.
I know these words.
No,
Heroes of
his
New Earth.
model is Meraxis. It's basically a copy from Han.
Well,
It was
wasn't
almost
Meraxis
identical.
basically a Pit Lord, but just called
Yeah.
stupid Meraxis? Number 1 skill.
It was
more
probably
axes.
the stupidest skills in any game I've ever seen.
Now,
it
worse
subbed
than
on.
Slardar.
Yes,
Okay. Just checking. We got to make
just
sure
the
we know
design
what-
of that hero.
I mean, Han is
Anywho,
totally dead now. Breaky left Han. We can openly talk
Yeah,
shit
that's
about
how you
it
know it's over.
and feel good. It's over.
it's over.
Breaky was
Does that
like
mean
the
we can-
dinosaur that was holding on, like maybe there's going to be a resurgence.
We
Nope,
can
no
ask
tail's
him
never
about
coming
this
back.
maybe this week, but you
Yeah,
think we're going to
actually,
be allowed
tomorrow.
to port any heroes, Zayori?
Tomorrow, I think Breaky's going to be
Oh,
joining
good.
us for a little
Good.
bit.
Oh, that'll be fun.
So yeah, that'll be quite the titillating experience indeed.
I think the community should put in money to buy the rights for some Han heroes. I'm sure everybody will be on board for that.
I like it.
That'd be great. They should just make a custom game where you have Han heroes. I feel like that's probably not that hard to do. Well, I
That's
don't
true.
know.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Well,
a little hard.
it's not that it's not hard, but it's definitely doable.
I would put hard in air quotes. Sounds tedious for very little
Yeah,
payday.
that's kind of where I was going. It's
Hey,
just
look,
like,
guys.
there's actually really that's a
It's
lot of effort.
Meraxis. You just use the Pit Lord model. Pit
Well,
Lord's
back
still
to
in
the
freaking
draft.
game, by the way.
Well,
we
not
just
much has
admire-
happened, guys.
Yeah,
Really, I mean,
there's just been bans.
they're
It's
thinking
fan,
very hard
man.
about.
Yeah, but why didn't they ban Oracle? I'm very surprised.
Me too.
I gotta say, like, just a fantastic hero against Barrett. It's not just the false promise thing. It's all about that napalm. I mean, Juggernaut's a decent hero himself. Like, if this ends up being a safe lane Jug, because you can like spin off the stacks, but spin cooldown, you
You know
know.
who I like more than
Who do
the
you
old
like more?
Oracle? I like Nyx. Shits all over Batman.
Yeah, I like
That
that
Takes
is
a
too.
true.
dump on his face.
Yeah.
That's
works.
not Nyx.
That works.
Okay. It's good against Bat Rider, though.
I think
Yep.
Nyx was unbanned and unpicked in all 3 games.
That's
the last
disappointing because
series.
that hero is amazing.
It really is. That's kind of surprising.
Yeah. I do like the Disruptor a lot, though. I like Static Storm is just really good. Glimpse. I mean, Glimpse just makes. I was talking to Purge about this when we were casting the other day. It just makes you have to play such a different style of like you have to be so careful with your positioning. And then it's like the same way when you're playing up against an Invis hero or something. It's just you have to play around Glimpse and just knowing that ability's in the game. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, it's much more aggressive too than something like an Oracle. So coming out of like a laning stage, they can start pressuring into towers, and then you try and TP in to defend, you get glimpsed back. If you get pushed off the tower, you get glimpsed back towards the tower, and then they just eat you up after taking your tower. So it really is what you said. It's just about like kind of stable play, everyone being on the same page all the time, and always
Where's the
keeping that
Warlock?
glimpse in your head.
Could OG go for Warlock here?
Ooh. I like that actually.
I keep wanting to say Lion is a good support, especially with Bat Rider. You lasso him, you give him the finger, but man, those early levels, Ogre hits him with fire, clicks him once, and what does Lion do? I mean, his stun doesn't even matter.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. They have plenty of time left. There's like so many different things here that they could pick, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out hope for the Underlord. It's probably not happening, though.
Pit Lord.
Pit Lord, exactly.
The old Faceless Void. We're going to get old Backtrack. That's what that means, right? And all his old skills.
Oh yeah, that's the new Faceless Void now.
Yeah, Buka's been updating them. We've been ripping on it so
Buka?
hard that he's embarrassed.
What do you
so-
mean that's
Did he
the
take
new?
out the
Do I have to
Zeus?
refresh? This definitely
That's
the
the
same
new
old
model.
one.
Is it the old one? I can't
No, that's
tell.
the new model. Isn't
No,
it?
I see
All
a
right,
new
so
model.
I'm seeing the old one 100%.
You have to
You have to
refresh.
refresh.
You have to refresh.
okay.
So don't refresh, Shannon.
If you
I'm
want
mine
to
refreshing.
If Zeus gets picked, you'll see Mario.
I want to
We
see. No,
won't.
it's still broken.
Oh,
Well,
all right. Well, that's,
Still the old Void for me.
I got
All right.
brand new Void.
I think that's on you or something.
I'm going to
I
go
don't
ahead and
know.
guess he programmed that in just for you, Suns fan.
Thank you, Buka.
wouldn't
Buka
be
knows
surprised.
your
Know me
tastes.
too well.
So, I mean, I think one of the other aspects here is teams have to take their time because even if neither of these teams want to play Pit Lord, you have to consider how to play against Pit Lord, which is just a
I
completely
think at this
different...
point they don't give a shit.
You really think so?
I
Yeah.
think so.
All right.
Probably.
All right.
If it's gone this long without a ban or a pick, they don't care about the hero. They might still pick it, but they don't care about like
That's disappointing, honestly.
That was a left turn I wasn't ready for.
they don't give a shit about that hero, but they might pick it. Okay, just watch out for that.
Elimination mode is serious, so
We're gonna
they
see
might
Techie-
pick it.
Techie's 5th pick coming right now. I feel it.
Tide
That
Hunter
would be
for
nice.
escape. Okay,
Yeah.
some good team fight.
All right,
Classic
escape
combo.
100% not going Pit Lord.
Ravage and a Static Storm.
Yeah.
OG maybe.
So are we thinking mid jug here for escape, most likely?
Could be.
Fair chance.
It
It makes this last pick ban kind of interesting.
depends on if OG pick, like what OG pick here. So they have Faceless Void and Bat Rider, by the way, which is interesting for OG.
Yeah, I think it's position 1 Faceless Void, and then
Yeah.
that might be what drives the jug to safe lane, because then
Yeah.
you still have the spin, so you don't get dumpstered by Bat.
Okay, I can see that. I mean, what stops escape from grabbing like a DP here last and just having this great 5-man kind of death ball-y lineup?
Maybe kind of worried about Chronosphere, but overall pretty solid, pretty beefy heroes.
Yeah.
And they don't have the best, like you might want one big support or something that helps during the chrono.
Oh God.
That's
Well,
a Tinker.
Stinky Tanky.
Some damage to throw into chrono. Good split push up against like 5-man Dota if they do go in towards that. Decent delay of push too, stall the game out a little bit further, get some bigger items up.
What's like the best matchup here against a Tinker? Like in the mid lane? I'm trying to think.
Well, you have an Ogre, so anything.
That's true.
It's fine.
Point. That's
Ogre
very
runs
true.
at you, punches, casts some spells. Maybe someone who can help set up for him.
Hey, Zyari, I'm looking at the stream now.
Yeah.
You're on cam right now? That's the one being relayed to the stream?
Yes. The draft
So
is what's on
the-
the stream. Yes.
Right. The void that you see, you're saying that's new?
I'm saying I don't know.
Okay, that's the old one. That's the one I keep seeing every time I refresh.
Okay.
What? I have new Void. I have
The new
funny
Void has like
wrinkles on his head.
The new Void has tattoos like a giant like black
Yeah, he's
shoulder
got, like,
pads, like
chest
a
tats,
goatee, a black goatee. like-
Okay. So we are a split crowd here. Some people have new void. Some people have old void.
right.
Andrew, you
Sorry, I
didn't
had
know
to
what the new
interrupt.
Void looked like. You were chastising
Well-
Shannon for having the old Void.
That's what I was wondering.
I really, damn it, Miles.
He just
curse
jumped
you,
on the
Mal.
You're just like
bandwagon,
Shannon. I
you
can't
know?
believe you don't have this new Void. Meanwhile,
Oh.
you're just like,
I
you
was
must be
caught
getting
in my own
wrecked.
deception.
Yes! Dude, okay. I'm gonna say this
Oh,
right now.
yes.
I was gonna say it, but it felt like I was just gonna be talking out of my ass again. But Bat Rider Venge with Bloodseeker, oh, the dream. You know, the dream.
Nice against Tide because Kraken doesn't do shit. Get ruptured.
Oh,
GG.
against
Life's
Rupture,
over,
yeah,
man.
That's true.
That's great.
Same with Jug spinning, whatnot too.
Oh, Trent, we got Christmas, honestly.
Yeah,
we really
that's
did.
Bloodseeker Dota.
Yeah.
The burst amplified onto a Tinker during Chronosphere. That sounds kind of disgusting.
You
No,
know,
this is a support Bloodseeker.
Yeah,
Four
position
position.
4, like
Position
jungling
4.
kind of deal. Iron Talon Dota.
I mean, he jungles pretty fast, honestly.
Yeah, especially Dire Side with like those nice little creep cuts and stuff. It's
Yeah.
a little bit safer too. Like rotations don't come in
They-
quite
now,
as easily.
Now Syndron's like, fuck, I should have picked Pit Lord.
Ooh.
The good old lone
The
druid.
Koikva Lone Druid.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Bloodlusted Bear.
I'm down.
That hero was unpicked, unbanned, I think, every game of every series so far.
Yeah.
Just Koikva things, dude.
That is correct.
And they pick it
Yeah.
game 1.
Man, this is like some retro escape, no diggity Dota right here. Double bubble kind of style with like Ravage and then the Static Storm into the comeback Lone Druid for Koikva where they're like losing the whole game and then at 50 minutes they just wipe their opponents and take the full
Mod,
set of
join the
racks.
channel.
I can't. Oh wait, hold on a second.
God's
Sorry.
sake.
It
Mod.
doesn't matter though. Like I don't need to be in the channel. I don't actually.
It's true. He actually doesn't.
Because everything's going. All right, listen. It doesn't matter.
Just get in there, make it nice and tidy.
All
Okay.
right.
You're freaking Buka out, okay? Just do what he says.
It took forever to the broadcast slots to load. It literally took like 5 minutes for it to actually like show up. So that's why I was waiting.
So you're saying I don't need to be joining this channel to watch the spectator-only channel?
You
No,
can
you
go
can
into
be an
unassigned.
unassigned
You can do
players.
unassigned if you really wanted to.
But the spectator-only channel is for the cool kids.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna keep it. I kind of like it.
So what do we like here? Which draft are we favoring? Do we have confidence in the Bloodseeker? I don't want to
Yes.
hear from Suns fan. I want
Yes.
to hear from Mr. Mottpax. Do we believe in the Bloodseeker?
I believe in the Bloodseeker because it's a Bloodseeker.
Well,
That's-
thank you,
That's
Mouse.
the reason why I believe in it. So.
Can we do predictions, please? Like for the full series?
Okay, yes. All right, Trent.
Okay, you're gonna be right again. I think Escape will take game 1. I think this is a strategy that they were very comfortable with. I like it. Not that OG can't win it, but it's a little bit tougher to execute, I feel like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that actually. As much as I want the Bloodseeker to win, I do think that, like Trent said, this is just standard stuff for Escape. They know what they're doing. We saw in game number 1, what was it? It was Kaipi, or did Liquid win game 1? Yeah, they never really won game 1, but I felt like Kaipi were more comfortable with the heroes they had. So that's kind of what Escape has like right now. They just have their comfort heroes to a certain extent.
I think game 1 will probably go for Escape, but I'm calling OG takes game 2 and game 3. That is my bold prediction. here.
God damn it, Sayori.
Bold.
Bold.
You're picking the Kaipi. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna make the exact same prediction.
Well, beat you to it there, big
'Cause
guy.
I don't think Bloodseeker can jungle with an ogre roaming. He's gonna get.
Yeah,
dumped
that's the
on.
one thing. Like wherever
gonna
he
be
puts his
tough.
attention is gonna be very effective from the ogre.
And I think the OG draft is also a bit farm intensive. Like they have a lot of heroes that need a lot. You got Bat Rider, he needs
Oh,
a
yeah.
Blink Dagger.
Tinker
Tinker,
especially too, yeah.
he needs an ass load of stuff. Position 1 Void, he's pretty slow rolling in the first 10, 15
All right, guys.
minutes.
I'm changing my prediction just to be different. I'm gonna say 2-0 OG. Okay, here we go.
Attaboy. That's the
Bloodseeker's
spirit.
gonna just wreck.
Great. Thanks, John Kerry.
Way to take one for the
happening.
team.
Yeah,
All right, Annie, what
had
are you
to be
thinking?
done.
Which draft are you liking here? Bold predictions.
The one with the Bloodseeker. I've been screwed
Nice.
on by too many Bloodseekers in pubs that I just, when I see it, I'm scared. So I'm a little bit scared for the Radiant right now.
I mean, I do think the Aghanim's Bloodseeker actually has some merit. It's pretty hard to deal with.
It's not a meme. I don't know why
Are you-
people
it's-
make
are
fun
you
of
sure
me
it's
when I
not
say it.
complete? Like
I
it's not a
am.
little bit of a meme, like a small meme.
I mean, it's a meme because you're
I
picking
don't
Bloodseeker.
think it's gonna happen.
But
Yeah.
if you pick Bloodseeker, I guarantee you will get an Ags if you get enough farm.
All right.
100%. It's
Okay.
that good.
that's
It's so good.
it really is. You think Lincoln's going to keep you safe from that Bloodseeker, Mott?
No, I don't.
Guess what? He's got 2 ruptures, son.
You could also just get a 4-staff,
You
and
could
then
do
that's
that
just as
too.
good. I mean, like,
All right. Well, we've got a draft here, and well, our panel going to be morphing into our casters as we have Mottpax and Mott. Oh my! Furthering the confusion for fans everywhere.
Wow.
The Mott cast, man, it's happening.
wow, I've never heard that meme before. What about you, Trent? How
Nah,
about
that's
you?
a new one.
New one for you?
It's my bad, guys.
Well, we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to jump into the game here in about 40 seconds. OG versus Escape Name. Game number 1 here of our second series of the day for day number 2 for Elimination mode. Trent, obviously, we talked about this draft at pretty great lengths. I do agree with what Andrew said. I think he made a very good point. A lot of these OG heroes actually require a decent amount of farm, and that's what I'm really concerned about. And you also made the point that the Ogre will be roaming in and actually doing a lot of effective damage early on in the game, stopping them from getting that farm.
And Suns fan too. Don't worry, I got you, man.
Sorry, Shannon.
And I just felt like
Hey,
he was gonna
Mott.
chirp in. And
Yeah. What's up?
See, you don't know who the fuck I'm talking to. Change your goddamn name. All right, go ahead.
I just assume it's me because most people call Mott Pax Trent. I mean,
Yeah.
at least I do.
that is fully acceptable.
Okay. I mean, if you're okay with that, I mean.
I'm so okay with it, dude. You know what? We can still be friends, guys.
All right.
All right. Is anything weird happening here? I don't think so. S4 is on a Bat Rider. This is kind of one of those things they've been up to since he joined the squad. They just kind of pick him Bat Rider, throw it in the off lane again. It's like, oh, I used to play Zero mid. It's great. Life's fine. Jerax has an Iron Talon. Wow.
Yes, he's gonna jungle this. I mean, it more than likely he might start out like in a lane or something, but he probably will inevitably head back to the jungle. And this I feel like might be a problem, but we'll see. We shall see. This smoke
My
though
bad,
coming out
smoke.
from Escape, they're actually gonna invade. Oh, there's gonna be a fight. A fight's gonna happen. Maybe. Oh, Anna's just gonna run away. Yapster's not gonna be able to get there in time. And that'll be that. All right. I was super sure they were going to find an engagement, but the vision was a little bit better for OG. They were on the high ground. They're still looking for Jirax, but they can't get to him. Yaps are obviously not in range for the Ignite, so they won't be able to find anything. Era is still looking for S4. Drops down one sticky napalm. They're kind of pincering back in. OG are thinking about going no tails up front. Does have the time walk. They're looking to chase. Spirit Bearer is just going to maybe try to body block here a little bit, but nothing's going to happen at the end of the day. They actually get a D ward off as well. Jirax is going to take that down with the sentry dropped.
That was a bit too obvious, I think, considering they were like still in full vision. So, a nice maneuver though. You understand the idea. Bloodseeker's gonna be spending a lot of time like cutting through the trees up there and just farming that camp. He can keep stacking that hard camp or take it for himself, one or the other for either the Tinker or the Bat Rider or him. So,
Oh, No Tail got it. He doesn't have time walk, though. He's going to die. Can he deny himself
he's
to
got
Roshan
this.
in time? One right click, it's not there. Era gets it with the Blade Fury and right clicks. He did get the rune, but he gives his life away. He time walked to get it, too. Whew.
I believe we have determined that not to be worth.
Not worth.
Not worth. You know, the whole no experience thing these days. Not
Yeah.
exactly what the bounty rune once
If
was.
that was like maybe the old bounty rune, I'd say I would consider it, but even then, that's probably not
I don't
worth
have
it.
my Dota TV audio on, do I?
Oh, Trent.
All right. I mean, that's not bad. It's like 30 seconds in. Could have been worse. My bad, fans.
It's okay. We forgive you.
Thank you.
It is
So
a dual lane actually down bottom, Trent, with a Fly and No Tail down here.
yeah, they picked the Bat Rider first overall. Bat Rider like does obviously pretty excellent in most 1v1 matchups. No one really styles on this guy, so S4 is gonna have a fine time up against Kezu. Kezu will probably have to play some shenanigans with the creeps here, maybe. Of course, even then that gets a little bit dangerous. But just watching his overall sticky napalm stacks and being wary of that level 2 coming in for S4.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting matchup. But we do have, like we said, the jungling Bloodseeker. We'll see if they rotate the Ogre out early on here with Zapzo just going to work on Fly right now. But he's so far just harassing this bottom lane. He has a Windlace. He's got some nice movement speed. But S4 solos Kezu in the top lane. S4 looks like he did have sticks. He did use his charges, but S4 is still able to get the kill on the Tidehunter easily.
Yeah, I mean, he started with boots, and Kezu's up here just as the Tidehunter. Like, you can't be there. Like, if you're not getting the lane back to somewhere at least closer to your tower, it's just gonna die every time. Like Bat Rider's dream.
All right, time to buy an Iron Talon on that Tidehunter, potentially. Might
Yeah,
have a
either
rough
that
time
or
in
get
lane.
some serious assistance.
But he's going to walk back up there for now. He's still sitting on actually no CS, so the Tidehunter Kezu getting absolutely dominated here by S4 with that early kill. But I'll give some room down bottom now. You have Era farming up mid lane. Rotation coming in from Fly with Wave of Terror. No Magic Missile stun. Can't go on Quakefoot. The Spirit Barrier's there as well. They're going to back up. He's got a Quelling Blade on the Bear, so he's sitting at 6 last hits. The 9 for the Tinker at this point in time. So far, so good for OG. Most of these lanes are going well. They only have 3 last hits for No Tail, but he's playing in the off lane currently. He might get caught out here. He does have the time walk. They use the Ignite. They have the Fire Blast. If it's timed right, maybe they can get a kill, but he is going to time walk off some of that Ignite and right-click damage, and he'll be fine. And he's even going to salve up as well, but he's out of regen as well.
Yeah, these are 2 very obnoxious supports for Faceless Void. Both having some damage over time between the Ignite and the Thunder Strike, so pretty difficult to time your time walks for like maximum efficiency. Still stuck at level 2. No Tail not enjoying himself. He is drawing the attention of Yapsor though, which we've talked about is very important. Right. Him being up here in Jerax. Mid's pretty fine for Quakefoot just because Tinker obviously dominates the lane a lot of the time through laser. And with 2 heroes, at least you aren't getting fully blinded or anything.
They
have
have
a
Glimpse
chance
for
against
No-Tail. They'll
last
try to
hits.
TP out. Glimpse probably will be used in Will. No-Tail doesn't have mana to use his Time Walk. He's further into the tree line, and they have no way of getting him. No-Tail's just going to be
One tree at
fine.
a
Maybe they
time.
could just eat their way through. They have Quelling Blade. They have another Tango Era. 1 second away from finding No-Tail. He has no usage of that Time Walk. Blade Fury. He buys 2 TPs before dying, the best that he possibly can do in that situation, and they will find the kill.
Jax is level 5.
Wow.
He's going Midas, too.
All right, the Bloodseeker jungle, it's a thing and it's working. He has 27 last hits. I actually can't believe this is happening. It's like a dream come true.
Man, and just no one is messing with this guy. It's too late now, obviously, because he's level 5, so, like, Yapsor can't come and bully that. Kezu's forced to TP out. At least there's that now, right, guys? You can TP away from Bat
Yeah,
Rider.
no Flame Break. Oh,
Rest in peace, Flame Break.
glorious change to that ability. Thank
Yeah.
you, Base Dice Frog.
Had some good years, but times have changed.
It's like you're making it sound like Bat Rider died or something, or Flame Break just went to the grave.
It did. It's because it did. At least Bat Rider's still amazing against, like, every hero 1v1.
Yeah, that's... And S4, in the hands of S4 as well. And by the way, he went Arcanes. Oh, mid lane, there's going to be gank here. The Tinker's going to get the laser off, but it's not going to help. He will drop the March down, try to do some extra damage to Yapsor and Quakefoot, but they'll be fine. Yapsor's a little low. He has a haste rune, might want to go back home. But other than that, nice pick off. That's a huge kill, actually, helping Quakefoot out a lot.
Yeah, a symptom a bit there of, like, juggling Bloodseeker, and your Venge is up top, so, like, with one support down, as you have one jungling, then you don't really have anyone roaming around, you don't have vision down in this area, so they don't see, like, the haste rune, and then just Pickens there, so nice recovery from Yapsor. He'll run on home, get healed up. At the same time, these pulls were going on down bottom. Cinderin got some nice levels too, so he's 3, almost into 4. Air's going to split it up with him now as well. So despite this massively farm jungling Bloodseeker, things are still looking pretty good for the Radiant. It's just these first rotations of JRX are going to be pretty hype, I feel like.
Yeah, when he gets his Rupture, if he has it, he does. He's level 6. No boots, though, but with the helpful abilities of a Bloodseeker, you can be pretty speedy with Thirst. He has 1,400 gold. His Midas is right around the corner. We're talking about a 5.5 minute, maybe not even, Midas coming out as he's flying out on the courier already. So this jungling Bloodseeker, you know, we thought the Ogre was going to be rotating in there and taking him down, but because of that bottom lane, the Ogre's been kind of shirking his duties in that jungle.
All right, they smoking up here or what? S4's shown. They don't have a smoke on them, so
They
I guess
don't.
not.
They're just chilling together. They're
S4's
waiting.
just heading bottom. He's like, all right, you're welcome for the free lane, no tail. I will go do my thing down there instead.
I like that. They don't necessarily need to give S4 the safe lane farm. They can just give him, you know, jungle camps. They can send him bottom. He can get farm there, no problem. He's already up to 1,000 gold, so No Tail can start catching back up after falling down and only getting 11 last hits. But we'll see how things go.
Thing we had the dire side you scanned just as he was finishing up level 6 on the Bloodseeker. They scanned here to see if there were support rotations coming in. Jerax leaves the jungle. He's sitting mid, gives the Blood Rage to the Tinker, and they scan actually up into like the hard camp area too, trying to figure out exactly where Jerax is up to. So both teams just not exactly sure who's hopping on who here. Just trying to stop what from doing their thing. But it's just going to be more chill here from Jerax. Just hanging out with Fly. They have the smoke now, though, so...
Yeah, they're
This'll
gonna
probably be our
definitely
moment.
make it go soon, and probably with these two heroes. It's been very kind of passive in this early game. Like you said, it's a lot of playing footsie here, determining who's going where. But now that they have this smoke, they might move together as a team. Fly will finish up the last shard golem, and they'll make a move. As well, S4 rotating back up. 1,200 gold, a smoke here and a kill would be pretty huge. He's sitting at level 7. He's going to skill up his lasso. He was holding the point for the time being. You know, probably start this off with a Rupture or a Magic Missile, one of the two. Fly will walk
This
up
game
first.
can just snowball completely out of control right now. Like, you're still dealing with a level 4 Tidehunter.
Look at Quakefoot's positioning mid. He knows something is up right now. He's sitting close to the right side of the tower.
Will it matter, though? Like,
There's going to be the Rupture, and now it's going to be trouble. And there's going to be a dive. Is there any TP rotations? Mass TP rotations, in fact. They still get the kill. The laser comes out. They had that silence come through from Jerax as well. Air coming in. He's got Omni Slash, but the Magic Missile gets off in time. Bloodlust, he's taking too much damage from the Firefly. Has to pop up the Healing Ward and back up. They lose Lone Druid. They rotate it and everybody to the mid lane. They don't get anything. That's it, Trent.
Yep. Gold goes over to the Tinker, 270. A little bit of experience for everyone. S4 now closing in on his Blink Dagger. 600, 700 gold away here for him. Don't think he'll be getting the drums first this game, as he has that Bloodseeker. Two of them could do a nice little duo running around the map. Eris sneaking up with the Omni Slash in mid there on the Ana.
Gonna go for it. Plenty of damage. The laser will come through. Is it enough? He's so low. The Ignite will take him down in the end. Arrow will take some tower damage. No TP reactions from OG, so they get a free kill. And Arrow will get a nice bounty rune to boot as well. So, nice stuff.
Top lane, Kezu 10 XP away from 6, so he'll grab right here from the neutral.
Give me that level
Got that
6.
going for
Okay,
him.
he got it. He got the Ravage just ready to go. Finally, after that pretty rough early game, like 18 last hits coming out, he did have to get an Iron Talon. His net worth is lower than that of Yapzor at this point, which is the 4-position support for Escape Gaming. So Kezu has a long time before he's back into this game trend.
Yeah, gonna be looking for those turnaround plays, the signature style of Escape. Another Rupture mid on Koikva.
He is
And
running.
He's trying to, oh, man,
he
this
is running.
tough.
He's probably still dead. That heat-seeking missiles. He was trying to get out of the silence. He had to keep running with the Rupture on. Maybe the worst thing he could have done, but he couldn't really have done anything else in that situation. And that
And there's
Rupture.
3 heroes too. Like you can't even glimpse someone as Cinder and to like go for a play, or you're probably both just gonna die.
Yeah, there's too much. There were too many heroes there at that point in time. They also had Lasso backup ready to go. I mean, Jarek can do a nice bit of right-click damage as well. It's frightening at this point. Like, this Bloodseeker is starting to really come into effect. I mean, Koikva was doing pretty well. They ganked the Tinker a couple of times, but net worth's kind of slowing down for actually both mids.
60-second cooldown too, so just nasty, man. Just puts a couple more camps up here for S4. Now he's getting the space in the jungle. Our Blink Dagger's about to be up here.
Excellent.
Cinder needs a timeout, man.
All right, hold on a second, guys. We got to figure out how to deal with this Bloodseeker. Just kidding. They have lag. But
A likely story.
honestly, this has been an interesting game. Almost enough for a Tinker Boots of Travel, but he didn't go for the Soul Ring. And we see this a lot, too. If you're a Tinker and you're a little further behind, make sure you have that bottle, but forego the Soul Ring until later after you have the Boots of Travel. And it looks like that's what he's going to be doing here.
Yeah, I think once he has bots, like the map is just gonna be so free for Ana. It's gonna be Bloodseeker, Batrider, Vengeful Spirit, and No Tail running around with them whenever he is Chrono off cooldown. And like No Tail, it's not like they can really punish him if he's out on his own farming. So he'll just be chilling in one lane whenever Chronosphere is not used,
Right.
and or rather, not available, because he'll just group up with them whenever he has Chrono, and then he just farms the rest of the time. Gonna be pretty disgusting. You have so much damage coming from a Bloodseeker, you could probably see the Lincoln Sphere build out here from No Tail, unless they start like crazy snowballing, then he
Hey,
could just
guys.
grab a Vlad's and go ham. Sup,
Hey, I,
sons?
I just got a text from Cinder asking how to counter Bloodseeker. I told him to buy some TPs, so just look for that to come into play.
The next
Man.
level strategies from Suns fan. Thank you so much, Shannon, for that,
Call
Yeah,
shenanigans.
that was great, dude.
that heads up idea.
Yeah, first he writes the rules, and texting
What doesn't he do,
teams.
honestly?
I don't know about this guy.
Yeah. We should get this guy checked out. Honestly, though, yeah, the TPs will help. Hopefully that can save them, but they've just been getting chased down by 2-3 people, and they've usually got so many people in the vicinity to get these kills. I'm, like, concerned. What do Escape do at this point? It feels like they're kind of far behind. Not by much. It's only about 1,000 net worth, but what do you do for your Escape? You just maybe split up farm, try to get Koikva his next couple of items, do the best that you can?
You hope Kezu's in the right place at the right time for a Ravage. It's kind of what it feels like.
Yeah. You never really like to have to rely on Ravage early on in the game, maybe to get maybe a pick-off or two, but it does feel like that does need to be the case here. The Blink Dagger is now up at 10 minutes for S4 with Arcane Boots already
Oh,
in
there!
tow.
Look at this. Just immediately coming bottom with the Chrono too. The positioning of Jerax in the trees.
Uh-oh, though. Yapzor and Air will find S4. He does have that Blink already, but it's not on him. And the Blade Fury, along with the Ignite and the Fire Blast, more than enough to get a kill. And Air just goes right into the camp as well. Give me that extra farm.
Kensu down bottom. Ruptured.
Rupture.
Oh, why don't I just
TP?
Chrono you?
Oh, the Chronosphere comes out just in time. Shannon, it didn't work. The TPs didn't work, my friend. What happened? That's all he's got
Do
for
you
us.
find how Void's voice kind of sounds like a voice Suns fan would make if he tried to do a hero voice?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. That's 100. I agree completely.
All right, well, this is some Escape Dota. They kill the tower mid. Nice. Lose your Tide Hunter, but you still have that lone Druid.
He's getting there.
There's Oh, wait, he's holding the Midas recipe
He
on
is.
his hero
Yes,
and
he is.
the glove on the bear. There we go. Get that one all up together.
All right. He maybe lost a couple seconds of efficiency there, I'm sure. It's fine, though. He's going to be able to get done.
Fine.
And they will take the Tier 1 tower. It's going to be a trade. Tier 1 tower mid for the Tier 1 tower bottom. You talked about the Tide Hunter, of course, being an added benefit of that trade for OG. They will have the Boots of Travel up for the Tinker now, so he's going to have a better time split pushing. And I'll have to push out top as Escape are currently making their move. There's a great Observer Ward here, a dire one that's going to scout out all of these movements, these rotations. This is maybe the second or third time we've seen this ward in this tournament, and it's going to scout out everything.
Yeah, and then they can just leave No Tail pressuring down bottom, right? Again, he's a Void, very difficult to kill. Doesn't have... Oh, no, he does have TP, so he's good. And then S4 is just lurking in this area here. So whichever one they TP to defend, he could potentially come make a maneuver on them, too. Just like... Even if they need to smoke up with the fly, they have a great ward behind the tower
They
now.
have so many good wards. Oh my god, the TP's going to come through. They're just going to keep split pushing with the Boots of Travel. This is great.
Yeah, they get the tower top, so that is nice for Escape. But again, just because the vision there, they've made this choice.
The smoke. They're going to come in, but Yapsor not quite in range. The smoke broke. Fly was already hightailing it out of there. Era's on the hunt as well as Kezu. They have that Ravage. It looks like OG do not want to turn and fight, despite this being a 5 versus 4. Glimpse back. They'll find the Tinker. That's trouble. There's going to be the Omni Slash. No Rupture used just yet. Jump in the last of they'll bring up Yapsor onto the high ground here with the Firefly. This should be a kill. No stick charges there. He'll be down for 30 seconds. No Tail TPing out already. S4's got Blink in 3 seconds. Era still on the hunt pretty fast with FaZe and Yasha, but he will not be able to chase down that Bat Rider. A 1-for-1 exchange that definitely favors Escape when it's all said and done.
Yeah, they needed that desperately. Trying to slow down this Tinker is pretty much the only one they seem to be able to get a hold on right now. Era can just come down, push up bottom. I like he's gone for that Yasha build. Now he's 1,300 gold on top of that. Just something to fight with. We'll see if he feels the pressure to like go back Yasha Battle Fury. Obviously, not exactly ideal in a lot of scenarios, but just needing this Yasha to fight. How long do you wait to try and go for this kill? Jerax and S4 down here.
Well, they're considering,
they're
they're not even going for it. They decided against it. Yeah, no lasso. That's just really the biggest problem I feel with Rupture. Maybe you can do it, but even that was down as they are going to head up and just farm themselves a couple of different lanes. But now again, Escape are just grouping up and kind of pressuring as 5. They did the same thing for the Tier 1 tower top. They moved together as a team down towards the mid lane. Now they're going to just pressure bottom and take this Tier 1 tower down here as well, Trent.
Well, that is one thing. OG aren't meeting them head on. Lasso, Rupture. If you actually just like stand your ground with Ravage and whatnot, then obviously it's still a pretty difficult team to fight into. So if Kezu doesn't, like in that last fight you saw, there were some moments where he definitely could have hit a couple heroes with Ravage, but I don't think it would have changed any of the outcome. So well played by him not to just throw it out there. And we'll see if he like goes into a mechanism or if he feels like some sort of pressure to go into the Blink Dagger.
Look at No Tail. They have no detection here. He's got Chronosphere. They're all TPing out. He doesn't see them. He might go for Koikfa instead. They actually cancel their TPs as they were trying to go top. They will finish off the Tier 2 tower bottom instead. But now there might be a fight. Kezu's found Fly. He has Swap. He might need to use it on one of his teammates to get out of trouble. In fact, he will just die here, it looks like, give his life away, and the rest of the squad will back up and away, except for S4 was looking to come in and provide support, but it's not there. And Kezu, despite all of the problems that he had early on in this game, now is a Blink Dagger.
Okay, we're going to be looking to make some big plays. I think you would probably consider it to be a slightly riskier pick than the mechanism, but it does mean that he's going to be able to counter-initiate some of these plays from OG. So if you can shut down the Bat Rider, shut down the Bloodseeker, maybe turn that around to a little bit of gold, even if that costs you your Ravage, if you can 5-man after that with like the healing ward, it might be enough to still approach towers rather fearlessly up against OG. And things are looking really good for Escape. Maybe getting a few too many favorable trades, considering like just having that lone druid makes it really difficult for OG to respond in time, and you can understand why they just do things like, okay, well, let's just trade bottom and like we'll get 2 towers and they only get 1, but with that 5-man unit moving around the map, Escape have knocked down a ton of objectives. Might be a Roche play here from the Dire now to try and stem the bleeding.
They haven't gone for a 5-man like actual team fight yet on OG's side. They've been dodging almost every time, and it looks like it's exactly what you're saying. They're going to head right into Roche and take this. With Wave of Terror, drum popped by Jerax, this should be rather quick. And there's no Tier 1 tower to take top lane for that trade. They have the Tier 2, obviously, and they've done some small damage to it, but this should be OG's for the taking. And they probably should be able to get back and defend in time as well.
We'll see. Of course, with the bear, it's always a little bit scary. How's Koikfa doing? 2,600 towards his relic, not too bad.
He's done a nice job. The Midas is helping out a lot. They're going to start TPing up, though. No Tail has Shadow Blade.
Be careful these glimpses.
I think they might have seen the TP in and the tree getting cut down with the TP. You can time walk in, you can go for a Chrono, but it looks like they're just not going to defend this. They're going to give it away instead.
Good trade for Escape. Just again, it's very difficult to respond to this. Like, even if like they just get in position so fast that if you come in and you time it poorly, you just get glimpsed back out, then you're fighting at a disadvantage.
So much to worry about here for OG. Like you were just talking about Glimpse, but the Static Storm too. There's so much team fight potential for Escape Gaming right now. This is before the ratings is done. This is troublesome.
We'll see what JRX gets up to next too as well. Just sitting on about 2,500 gold for himself.
All right, buy a Dagon, Jarex. You know you want to. That's a joke, by the way. I don't actually expect you to buy a Dagon. We were talking about Aghanim Scepter. What other items do you standardly see? I mean, SNY was a big thing for Bloodseekers for a while. There's been a lot of different builds that we've seen on Bloodseekers over the past couple of months. What would you like to see on this hero in particular?
Oh, well, he just bought something.
All
It's
right,
Ogre
well.
Club related, so that's a start. Okay.
SNY, maybe? There's a good chance.
Would never know.
We'll have to
But,
wait a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's a very good Halberd game. Well, it's not the worst Halberd game, I suppose, but yeah, SNY or something along those lines. The Aghanim Scepter, perhaps, for Shannon. We'll see.
Yeah. There's options for him to move into after the Ogre Club. So they have
I think
the
it's
blend-
Chrono time. Like, let's kill somebody.
They
Let's
haven't
go.
used one yet. Oh, they used one to get the kill on the Tidehunter, but that's it.
Yeah, there we go. This is it.
Koikfa, and there's going to be the Chrono coming out. The Bear's going to keep just chewing on some of these creeps. He's going to use his Savage Roar to try to get out Fly. They might not be able to get this kill. Finally, with S4 coming in the Flame Break, they will. Rotating in his Yap Sword, they'll have to back away. Now they get the Ignite off. Kezu's going to Blink Ravage. He's going to hit 4, and he gets the creep that they're TPing into as well. Is it enough? There's the Heat-Seeking Missiles as well. They glimpse back the Tinker. He's got to refresh and get in as quickly as possible. No Tail still Shadow Bladed up. S4 blinks away. They have Magic Missile. They're swap back. They get it stunned as well, and Air's going to fall almost instantly. He didn't get his Blade Fury up. Yapsor will fall next as well, and Jax gets a double kill. They get the TP away in time from that Disruptor. He will survive, but Air doesn't get the Blade Fury off, and he ends up dying quickly.
They can't Rupture. Or rather, they can't Ravage without that Static Storm in place, I don't think. Like, it's so hard to win a fight like that. Especially when your Lone Druid just went down right to start. Did he... he's missing a lot of gold. Oh, he does have the Relic on his Bear.
Must have
That is,
bought it, yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
But just like that, with that team fight, they get a tier 2 tower. They put a small amount of pressure onto the tier 3 in the mid lane. That provides them so much, especially map control.
That's an Aghanims on JRX.
That's huge. That's all right. You know what? I can't believe that actually happened. All right, I feel like okay. I'm not going to hear the end of this now.
I mean, it's solid. Like, you're this position 4 hero. I mean, you're kind of position 1 because you're super firm. I know No Tail has a way of doing this to people on his team, apparently. Like, the sacrifice of the core for the better of the squad. No Tail Dota, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm so down for Jirax playing a Bloodseeker right now. This is actually, with an Aghanim Scepter, this is the best. It's going to be tough for
Hasted
Escape to deal
Bloodseeker.
with, but I mean, how do you deal with 2 Ruptures now? Yeah, I guess you just have to hope you silence him or something. You get the jump on him in a team fight.
Yeah, you have to, like, Ravage him into Static Storm. Of course, he's sitting on Aegis right now, so that's not really going to do anything. but-
No.
And then if you do that, like, if you don't catch the Faceless Void or the Bat Rider in that, they're just going to disrupt it. Then there's also the save coming out from the swap on Fly. Used very nicely to be aggressive in that last fight with a Rupture plus swap. That was pretty sick.
Yeah. And not to mention, we're not even really talking about the Tinker, who's going to have an Aether Lens soon. Like, he's quietly getting farm that a Tinker should have. And eventually he's going to become a monster that it's another hero that they have to deal with.
It's a bit of a wonky draft, but that's what Elimination mode is for, and it certainly syncs up together here from OG. I mean, we're talking about how you look at Escape's draft, and it is definitely something that, I mean, hell, they probably ran this exact 5 heroes before. Wouldn't even be surprised.
I
you
am
know?
almost certain of that. I can't
chances are,
confirm, but
maybe we throw out this Ogre for an Enigma, and then we can, like, definitely confirm it.
yes, absolutely. They do have the Radiance coming out on the Lone Druid now, or at least they should. It's going to be very soon for Quick. But Blink Dagger for the Juggernaut for better positioning. That's another way you could jump on the Bloodseeker, whoever for that matter, on OG. I do not mind this choice from Era whatsoever.
Well, burden of the bear this game, it seems. If they can try and get some good Bloodlust plays, trade towers equally. Obviously, the dream would be a Rax trade even for them right now. Just not exactly ideal in the game. That's like your best case scenario.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy for Escape Huron. OG looked like they were fake backing. Now they continue back to the tier 2 tower. They backed for a moment. They actually had, I think they were maybe concerned about the Tinker top lane getting jumped on, which he still might. You can see that Era is over here maybe looking for jumping with an Omni Slash. They'll take down the tier 2 tower bottom for OG. They'll TP out and continue to try to pressure and push out these lanes in mid and both top lane.
Yeah, this ward mid offering a lot of information. Watching how Cinderin's walking back and forth here, like just not exactly sure like where it makes it pretty clear the rest of the dire, rather the Radiant must be inside the dire jungle. So they're starting to come out here right now with S4.
I gotta say, this vision from OG's side, not to say that Escape have had bad wards, but just OG's vision has been pretty solid so far this game.
Yeah, it really has actually. And again, JRX down bottom, Rupture onto Kezu.
Ooh, swap back. That almost kills him. That's pretty much enough to kill him, essentially. They'll
So
TP out
gross.
fly. That's not very fun. It's a nice little combination that you don't expect to see, because you never
That's
see
only
Bloodseeker.
level 1 swap too, guys.
Oh, a
Got
Cinder.
a little bit of range to grow.
Oh, God. At least the raindrop blocks the time lock, but that doesn't really
Nice,
matter.
yeah.
He's dead anyways. I mean, there's really not much you can do. There's
Oh,
going to
is
be the
that
root coming
another
out. The
Ravage,
entangling
or
roots
rather
he's
Rupture?
caught. They're doing some nice damage. The Radiance Burn going as well. Actually might be able to bring him down. No Tails another time walk, and they didn't get the Savage Roar off in time. It was about to go. Now they're going to jump in bottom. They find Era, lassoed up, and JRX will get this kill. Manta style. Omni Slash will go. They should still be able to bring him down after the Omni Slash is done. In fact, they will. Dead for 48, no buyback. They are just picking off heroes all over the map. They're dying mid, they're dying bottom, they're dying everywhere.
And Rupture's still online.
Yes.
He's now used it on Tidehunter and then Juggernaut.
Do they have
Hanging on
swap
to
as
another
well?
one.
Swaps back up too if they get the
Look,
Vengeful
look at
Spirit.
Kezu, he's just Ruptured.
Yeah,
He
Kezu
just
gets
throws him out
ruptured.
now for fun.
And time to TP home.
Doesn't even care.
That's actually ridiculous. 40-second recharge time. He has another charge of Rupture in 5 seconds. I like it.
Gonna start running into mana problems finding these drums.
I was actually just thinking that. He's like, he's not that mana. He doesn't have that much mana right now. He's sitting at 238. I don't know.
Gotta get that 4-staff, right?
Yeah, I think that's
get some
actually-
more.
That's even like his... Oh my god, because then you don't even need the swap. You can just kill people with your 4-staff and just running at them as well.
4-staff, swap, lasso.
The old school build, the Rupture into 4-staff. That's like the pub build, or it used to be anyway.
Yeah, these days it's mostly the Yules.
Gross. That sounds disgusting.
Gotta cancel those TPs, man.
I guess.
Closing down the one answer.
Ah. Alright, I guess it's not as bad as I think it is. Point booster for the Tinker. His Aghanim Scepter is going to be online in a little bit. But for OG, they actually lasted the bear in the mid lane. It looks like they're going to bring it down. They do get the Savage Roar off. They have a time walk for No-Tail if they can get there. And with the time dilation, force forward coming out from the Bat Rider. They bring down the bear, and No-Tail will provide himself 300 gold. Just like that.
Yeah, he's sitting on a 10-second BKB whenever he is going to need it. Does decent enough damage already just with the Shadow Blade, and again, his position 4 hero has become the position 1. So it's not exactly like OG are lacking in damage. It's like the Lincoln's build, but just even more reliable now up against this Tidehunter as well as Disruptor.
Yep. I do feel like Escape... They have two really good cores right now in the Lone Druid and the Juggernaut. They both do a lot of damage. Their net worth is a little bit behind that of the Bloodseeker, but if they can get like one good Ravage, one good Static Storm, they might be able to find a fight here that can get them back into this game because they're currently down 7,500 net worth. All right, he did buy the Dagon.
That's
Okay.
another good int item. It's fine, you know. Still probably some mana issues, but yeah, in terms of what do Escape have to do to win this game, definitely does come down to that big Wombo combo. It is their signature playstyle. At least it was for a long time. They've definitely branched out since then. Give them some credit, but it was certainly what first got them noticed in their first participatory season of Dream League.
Yeah, they've got some potential here with this lineup. We'll see. They did scan, by the way. They
No-Tail's
saw
coming
all
in.
of the heroes with the scan. No-Tail coming in. Chrono onto 2, including the Juggernaut. He's in trouble. Savage Roar BKB is up. The Bear is inside the Chrono Arrow. Will pop the Omni Slash, but immediately gets canceled after the time walk comes through. The lasso. Nobody's actually dead except for the Disruptor here. Flame Break's going to push him back. There's the Rupture, though, and they're going in. Kezu, one right click away, or Heat-Seeking Missile will get mech'd up. Good Ravage to keep him alive. They might actually lose the Tinker, and will. Kezu's low. Finally, they bring him down. It's a double kill for Jerax, but it's a 2-for-2 exchange so far. The Root will come out. They might get a third. Air's going to come back in. No-Tail. Fire blasted up. He's got time walk. Koikwa will find that third kill. It's his double. Air coming back in. They see No-Tail. They've got Dust Up. They will bring him down with a Root. And Koikwa finds himself a triple kill. And just like that, maybe even an overextension from OG gives Escape so much gold.
Jarek's actually ran out of mana. He couldn't use his Dagon. Like, could have just blown up the tide. That fight started out pretty well for Escape, too. Just, like, getting that Stack Storm on top of the Tinker, forces the swap out that way. Then we don't get this, like, aggressive swap that's been doing, like, half the HP of some of these heroes with the Rupture, so... Escape are doing it, man. the run back.
And that was
Their
without a
strategy.
Static Storm again, or Glimpse really, for that matter. Disruptor was dead at the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, he had to just throw it out solo on a Tinker, and it was just like immediately negated. Like it wasn't the big wombo combo style. So, indeed they do still have a little bit of added potential. Now they've opened up the map a bit for themselves, and as you can see, Cinder and Pinging, as well as Fly, both the captains having the same idea here, and that is the Roche Pit. Be hotly contested. Overall, I think the Dire still have the edge in there. Obviously, Radiance Burn, Static Storm, Tide Hunter, you're like, okay, these are some sick heroes, but on the other hand, you've got the big AoE from the Bloodseeker, you have Bat Rider, Chronosphere, Tinker, and Venge. Like, all 5 heroes are fantastic Roche heroes for the Dire.
For Escape, it's so hard. Getting lassoed and getting pulled out is essentially, that's going to be the end of the fight if you're not careful.
And they're just going to take it so fast with how far Jerax is and the minus armor and whatnot.
And they do know that Ravage is still on cooldown, so they're just going to time walk in with No Tail. They'll start going to work. They'll help out with in a moment here if Jerax wants to go in. There will be some movements over from the Radiant team to try to converge on the Roche Pit. They've also just picked up a Diffusal Blade. It's not currently on the Juggernaut, but he's going to have it sent out here pretty soon. Here comes the Bear. Glimmer caved in. No Sentry Ward. It's a little too far away. The Gush is out. Jerax gets ignited as well. He's going to stay behind for the time being. No Tail taking some damage. The Radiant Burn doing some nice work there. And they push them out of the pit for the time being. It's giving them more time to get their Ravage back on cooldown, off cooldown, which is in 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, there's also a Diffusal Blade and an AC coming in. There's some big pickups here for Escape. Era's damage is going to go way up now with that Manta Diffusal. And if they can catch like one stun onto No Tail, maybe you can get like the Mantas going, burn his mana. It might be enough for them to just like outright win the fight if that Chrono's down.
Yes, it comes down to No Tail getting the initiation off, him being the one to initiate with the BKB especially. I feel like he's squishy enough, like you said, that he'll die pretty quickly to bring him down, and that would be the end of the fight without that Chronosphere.
I suppose what is their best like chain stun though to stop that BKB? Like you think about like if he's stunned and you can burn him, then it'd be great, but that's gonna require like Ravage essentially at this point.
Yeah, Ravage Fire Blast is
not exactly the longest chain there.
no, not really.
Combining for a total 3.9 seconds.
I mean, it might be enough. It might be.
Little help from his friends. You know, Bloodlusted Era, perhaps that would be it. Man, look at Era. He's not even attacking Roche. He's like so ready on the edge of this pit. Do they have detection? They have
This
Sentry.
is super dangerous, but also they can do this. They're taking it pretty quickly. S4 is going to come through. He's going to take down a Sentry Ward or two. Some good vision from the Radiant team. Era not going to be pulled out just yet by the lasso.
Now they
Drops
have
the
no
ward.
Sentry for No Tail though, right? Like they don't have a gem on the Radiant, do they?
They do not.
That's like so scary.
They have no detection. They have Dusks. That's the
They
only
have
thing
a Sentry on the hill.
That's it.
None
Roche.
down here.
It's falling low. Ignite will come through and hit just about everybody.
Oh, this is so scary with those
They're going to
sentries.
jump in and do a chrono here. It looks like No Tail will pop it off and gets it onto everybody. He gets the Aegis, and he snatches it as well. They get the Blood Rage down. They're trying to go to the work. They get the Omni Slash, but that's just the Aegis. Will they fight this for S4? Looking maybe for a lasso. The Static Storm up. They've caught No Tail. Swap out. Fly will save him, give his life away. Now Blink and Ravage. They want to try to fight this Escape, doing their best. The lasso, they'll pick up the Juggernaut. He's falling low. He'll fall to the Rupture on top of that Firefly as well. Looks like a 2-for-1 on the other side as the Tinker comes in and blows away that Disruptor. Root will come out. They'll find the Bat Rider. Everybody's so low. Yapzor gets Glimmer Cape. They don't have detection. They will dig at him to get a double kill for Jerax, who gets an unstoppable spree on top of it. The Tinker has bought his Aghanim Scepter, No Tail. He's going to be able to escape with another time walk, and it looks like that will be it. And if No Tail doesn't get that Aegis, that fight goes drastically different.
Yeah, saves the gem there too, so nicely done there from the side of OG, but overall it's about a 600 gold change for the side of OG, so not too massive. Of course, that probably not counting out the Roche gold. Was it a snatch, or did he get the...
He did snatch it, yeah.
Oh yeah, he did snatch it, so yeah, Radiance did get the kill. Or rather, the Radiant. Possibly the Radiance. But
Yeah,
either way.
I mean, that's at least the one good thing for Escape. They also got a couple of kills. They didn't bring the Jug down. They didn't bring No Tail down. Really good save from Fly, and they lost the Juggernaut, which is also really bad. But they still got a lot of the gold for Lone Druid being involved in that engagement.
Cinder
not
was
the
so
worst thing.
close to getting the Bat Rider inside that Stack Storm too. Like just narrowly missed on
Yeah.
S4. If he got both of them so that Venge couldn't just swap out the post Aegis Void there, would have been a lot better for them. But they get another gem. Very much, or rather, I suppose this is their first gem. With that one being OG's gem, they self-recovered here. But having that now gonna help stop the initiations from No Tail when they're fighting basically anywhere else around the map, right? Just like around the Roche Pit, it's one thing to have sentries down on the ground where it's pretty easy to predict where he's gonna be coming from. But when you're just like trying to 5-man around the map, they just need a gem so badly.
Yeah, they really do. And it's going to help them get some map control back as well. Get some wards down, de-ward as best as possible. Yeah, they need to avoid those chronospheres. Era's got to stay alive in some of these engagements as well. This is turning into quite the game. I mean, Lone Druid is now top of the net worth, which was a position dominated by Jerax for the longest time. So this is doing... Koik has done a pretty good job of evening this game up with the help, of course, from Escape. The smoke will come out, and it looks like they're going to attempt to try to fight here. S4, he has Lasso. He could go for Era. Not going to attempt it. Now he will. Blink, Lasso, force back. Era's low already. The Rupture's on him, and he's dead. Chrono will hit onto 2. Tide will fall. Gem already on the deck, and they're going to get a third as well. Yapsor, that Glimmer Cape will not save your life. The barrier, he's even not safe at this point. Savage Roar, he does get out in time somehow. And with 3 dead, another perfect initiation from S4 and the rest of OG.
Blood Rage, Dagon 5, doing about, 600 damage or so, no big deal.
It's actually insane.
Yeah,
it
that
just
was
kills
pretty
people so
disgusting.
quickly.
And Ravage, I think, was still on cooldown for like 5-6 seconds there when that fight started. So
Yeah.
excellent timing from OG. Just nothing really Escape could do in that scenario.
They even have a Silver Edge now for Faceless Void. No tail will
Yeah,
pick that
here.
up.
Throwing that raindrop. Nice. He was taunting a bit. It's like, am I gonna destroy a raindrop? Oh yeah.
He's feeling himself. Jerax
Oh,
having
yeah.
a pretty good game at this point. He's sit at 7-0-8. He's not died
What do you
once.
think this circle from Era is?
Yeah, what is that?
He just drew on the map. Yes, that is the dire
this is
half of the map.
this is the dire side of the map. Yeah, I was actually just gonna say that.
I believe we should go there. Okay, they're smoking up. They are going to the dire side of the map. Era has spoken.
They're gonna smoke up though. An immediate blink reaction. No tails. Like, can I get off
no
my
gems,
Chronosphere or
right?
anything here? It's on cooldown, so that's an obvious no. They do glimpse back S4. It's a pretty nice kill. Mega kill
No
spree.
tail? Just
No
going
tail
in,
jumps
dude.
in. Omni Slash. He's just
What?
dead. He gets rooted. He wanted the
forget he didn't
gem
have chrono?
clearly. That's not great.
Did he try and... He didn't even try and TP. I don't know. I guess...
I don't know
All
what
right.
happened. Just
Things
call
were
that.
made.
We'll call that.
Really wanted that gem back.
We'll call that some shenanigans. They don't
So-
have buyback either. For 40 seconds, he is down. And I don't think he's even close to buyback. 840 gold away.
Mott, what's happening?
I don't know. Is this happening? Is this...
Can they just, like, dig on the bear?
The line that Era has drawn has seemed to work so far. They're actually taking the base. The tier 3 tower getting demolished by the bear. The Spirit Bear going to work with the AC helping out as well. And that's it. The tier 3 is gone. They still do not have No Tail for 16 seconds. There's no glyph either. This bear, they will at least blind it for now, but that's only going to last a moment here. They're going to back up, wait for the next creep wave perhaps, send the bear back in. There's really no reason for them not to do this. You just send the bear in each time. They'll rupture, lasso the bear, and bring it down and get 300 gold going the way of Jerax. They
That's
at
kind of
least
an
keep
issue.
their Raxes safe at the very least, but that's it.
Yeah, no, that's totally worth, because without him, they don't have the easiest siege. You'll basically just have to be Era, and he's Manta Diffusal, so...
That was
I
a
just
Ravage.
I just heard that.
That's,
Uh-oh. That's no good. Did they see it? Oh, God, they did. It
they
was
have a
under the
ward
board.
there. That has been spotted.
Woo! All right, we're even. No Tail, I'm sure, is just like, yep, all right, that's fine. we're both just pressing some buttons here, trying to play some Dota. God.
They smoked up under a ward. All right. There's just, I don't know what's happening, honestly. Dear God.
Woo!
Look at where Escape's sitting. I'm just going to sit in the well. Sit behind our tier 3 tower. Yeah, they're not going to find anything. They can push them to the tier 2 tower top lane, but Ravage is still down for quite a while. I mean, even with this smoke not really working out, they're going to have 106 seconds with no Ravage. And they'll just push into the tier 2 tower. They're waiting for someone to come in and defend the tier 2, but they'll probably know now that they did smoke, in fact, under a ward. At least they should have an idea of that.
As they're the one holding the gem here. Probably going to stand somewhere around here for the next 80 seconds.
Just in this
Wait for
general
Ravage.
vicinity.
You know, this box right
This,
out
like,
here.
around this area would be great.
Era, maybe. Actually, if Era, he'll probably be in here. I have to guess.
Yes. Exactly. Great lines being drawn. They will take the tier 2 tower inevitably. No defense coming out, obviously, with the Ravage on cooldown still for another minute.
Siege engine fully online with Bloodstone Tinker. This was like a SEA Dota Classic kind of thing. And then you camp out here, Mad Mana regen. Don't have to worry about going back to base quite as often.
Yeah, I feel like the creep waves are going to be pushed in pretty far now with the Tinker. I mean, you could push that up pretty quickly with the Lone Druid, but map control might be a bit of an issue here for Escape. moving forward.
Gotta imagine that unless OG see like a fantastic opportunity for some quick kills, via maybe some of their aggressive vision, they're probably just gonna wait on the next Aegis.
Yeah.
Find out in about a minute here as to when it spawns. Not quite yet, Fly.
We'll figure it out
Checking
soon.
for some wards as the Bat Rider goes by. Smart.
Oh, I thought they were gonna give the Arcane Rune to the Bloodseeker. I have even more ruptures. There you go. I have like
Get
3
4
of them now.
ruptures off in a single team fight? Oh, yo, that's fair.
They
Nice
ruptured, Blood Rage, Dagon, dead. See you later. They do have another bear to recreate. That one will be made by Koik for us. Just time to farm. And finally escape, feel comfortable enough to get out of their base. All right, guys, we have Ravage back off cooldown. Let's move outside our tier 3 tower.
Could maybe try like unbinding the R key, then just click it when you really need it.
That seems...
That
you know what?
seems like a solution.
It'll
That's
work.
a Slack solution, you know?
Why? Why is that? Is Slacks a button presser?
Those items, dude. Come on now.
Okay.
Gotta update yourself on your Slacks memes. Thanks,
You know,
Slacks.
I'm really not updated on them.
A little bit disappointing, honestly, but it's fine. You know, Dota 2. It's okay.
I mean, I
Know
know
your
that he
heroes.
scares the hell out of me whenever he wears a pug mask and just sits at our front door. That was frightening. That was an experience that I had earlier.
Sounds like every day for him. Radiant getting a bit aggressive here. Their game plan still remains relatively the same, right? Play some 5-man Dota, retreat when necessary. No one get lassoed or picked off or ruptured. Hope that OG overextend too much into you. But the problem is being Radiant side, of course. They've lost their jungle. They can pretty much only go on this half of the map. So we get like the vertical split at this point with the certain spells and cooldowns that are available, which means the Dire have their advantage controlling Roche.
Yeah, Escape aren't going to be able to get over there anytime soon. And Roshan is going to respawn pretty quickly as well.
So what does that mean, though? It means that this is Escape's, like, the only thing that they own and control in this game is the threat of these racks, right? Like, it's the only thing that can drive back Heroes of OG.
Well, the problem with that is that the Tinker's going to come in and clear out the creep wave rather quickly.
And Roche is dead.
Already, it's done. They will pick up the Aegis, more than likely going to... Looks like No Tail's a slot for it. We're going to give it to Drax instead. They do have Cheese, though, which will be picked up by, it looks like, Fly. He has a spot for it. And they'll start heading back to the base. The mid lane and bottom lane are both pushed in pretty heavily in favor of OG, and top lane is getting cleared out by the Tinker currently. It's that easy. I
At
mean,
least this time, there's no dire vision
Escape
inside
are,
of here.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, if he ravages now, they won't know. But at this point, Escape are just moving together as a squad. There's not much they can really do unless they find a pickoff, which is what they're thinking about. They don't have a smoke on them, I don't believe. So they're just kind of sitting in the jungle at this point, hoping they can find a kill.
They're scaling out here. A little bit dangerous, the Silver Edge, only because he does know they have a gem now, so playing it pretty cautious. Jerax drawing some squigglies.
He thinks
Maybe
they're in the
thinking
tree
about
line.
wards.
That's actually... He's not far off base, but...
Currently, they don't have a scan to work with, well, the Radiant do at the very least, but someone eventually does have to come back for this.
Are they going to jump on No Tail, Blink Ravage?
So they have. They still have the swap.
There it is. They're going to find it on No Tail. He's going to fall. Swap out. One more right click, the Thunder Strike. He gets off the time walk. He's still alive somehow. They get the lasso. Kezu will fall first. Glimpse not in time. The bear will come out. They want Fly and No Tail. They'll at least get Fly, but the bear does fall. Koikba, he has a recreation. He's going to go ahead and just TP home, though. That was so close. What a save from Fly. Wow.
Nicely played. Very well done. That's so risky to go for that play, too. But, I mean, if Fly's anywhere else on the map, obviously that doesn't work. Fly was well prepared. Having the Aether Lens, what an item. And level 13 there, so. Bottom lane won't take any damage, at least not any major ones here. So Quickva's already back and start pushing this back out. But now it's time for the Dire. Try and take this game home, I would say, or at least get themselves a set of racks. Everything they need is available. 30 seconds to lasso is back, and, well, Venge will be up and ready to go by then, too.
Yeah, with Aegis and Cheese, Derek's going to have the Tinker TP in, clear out the Mantis-style illusions, clear out this mid lane as quickly as possible. Yeah, I imagine at some point they would have liked to gotten another pick and push in with that, but they'll just have to, I think, assault high ground without having a kill here. Slow
Yeah,
siege
No
it.
Tail played it really careful. Like, he didn't just, like, cheese up and go back in or anything. His mobility is not the best with Silver Edge, right? Like, he doesn't have the Blink Dagger, so it's a little bit harder for him to reinitiate in the middle of those fights, but coming in now, obviously that's an Observer Ward, so not going to help them too much. They do still have the gem over on Kezu, so No tail, not spotted out this time.
He was on
That
the hunt.
nerfed range.
If he had a blink dagger, I'm sure he would have found an initiation there, but that wasn't quite close enough with the Shadow Blade. But the mid lane, the bottom lane, getting pushed in heavily. Again, this is the problem with the Tinker. They can't really deal with it. The Lone Druid will try to keep pushing out top. The bear is being sent there currently. Resummon is still up in about 25 seconds, so even if the bear dies in a couple of moments, we'll still have a resummon ready.
Fly's got the observers on him, but no smokes or anything. Can't really get the sneaky high ground ward.
This is probably gonna take a bit. I don't even know. They really have to find a lasso, I think, for S4, or at least no tails to come in with
It's
the
only
Chronosphere.
15 seconds till Ravage is up, so they need to make stuff happen.
They'll find the
There they go.
lasso. It's going to be on the Spirit Bear. Again, if they do kill this, they will have a resummon ready to go. It's not dying just yet. It will go down to the March of the Machines and the Rupture, which JRX will pick up the 300 gold. Okay. But like you said, Ravage is back up, ready to go.
That was Rupture too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's one charge down.
He's got one
Question is,
left.
how much do they commit for the second barrel?
JRX
Interesting.
blows away. Absolutely
Oh, he
not dead
walked
yet.
in.
One more right click, not in time. Meanwhile, they only get the bear and the Lone Druid inside that Chronosphere still. It might be enough. They get the laser, which will blow away the Disruptor. Again, not able to use that static storm. Omni Slash is now done. Era pops the BKB. The Tinker denies himself. He's back up at 30. Fear's going to come out with a Savage Roar.
Oh, that's
JRX
swap.
gets another kill. Era will finally fall. Too much damage to deal with the bear. Can they take it down a second time here as the Disruptor does inevitably buy back? Kezu's looking for more. Ravage already used and expended, and OG are just going to get out while they still can. Or maybe not. No tail, Shadow Bladed up. And that's it.
Yeah, Ravage is up, but no mana again here. And they don't have Arcanes because they have these Tranquils that have been on Fly forever. And S4, he turned his Arcanes into an Aether Lens, so JRX still struggling pretty heavily when it comes to mana.
Yeah, he definitely.
He might need to like go suicide, just like run at the bear or something. That's kind of the, like, you know what I mean? That's like the point he's at. Because currently he's not going to have any more mana.
He can right click. He's got some good right click. Maybe not. He's taking a lot of tower damage as well. Like, that was significant. Laser will
get that
come
mana
through,
somehow.
blink in, another lasso. The Disruptor again, Cinderin is just like, please, God, help me. Then JRX blows away a couple. He will finally die, dead for 86 seconds. But Goikfa, oh my God, that damage was absurd. I can't believe that
The
just
timing
happened.
on the Aegis, though. JRX just dies.
That's unfortunate.
Nicely done. Man, Escape have done that a couple games where they wait for that perfect moment. And JRX didn't die in time.
Oh, he was so close, too.
They're actually so good on that timing. That's huge. I mean, that would just be GG. If that's a full HP and mana Bloodseeker right there, that's it. Like, I'm sure that's
gets
over.
that. But they still get a lot of kills. I mean, like, they just continue to accrue this advantage that Escape really can't deal with. I mean, the one person they have that is doing significantly well is the Lone Druid. Quakefa is having a great time, but he's the only one, Trent. Everybody else continues to die. I don't think I've seen a Static Storm in, like, 20 minutes from Disruptor, from Sind. It just
I had to
hasn't
check.
happened.
It was 1.5 seconds after he lost the Aegis, he died.
That's, wow, that's...
Oh,
Oh no, Era's going to get caught with a Chronosphere. This is going to be more than enough damage. He does have buyback still, but it's another death going the way of the Bloodseeker, or the Juggernaut, excuse me. Dear God.
Oh, it's only game one.
This kill score seems like it would be so much higher at this point. It seems like it's like there's 50 kills in the game, but it's actually only 17 to 26 at 44 minutes into the game. It is still an action-packed game. A lot of that has to do with Bloodseekers taken and Ruptures.
Yeah, a lot of Escape just kind of waiting on Ravages, too. We just get those big lulls.
Mm-hmm.
The Fishman.
Either
Feels a little bit
that
useless.
or like waiting for Roche if you're OG. It's like those two things.
Which is another good thing to bring up, because once again, that's where we're going to be at here. This time, the Radiant have ventured very far outside their base, gaining some valuable anti-Tinker wards here. Liking the chance to get a pick off that they need.
They see the bear. Cork is going to TP out. Looks like Escape don't want to stay much longer, given that there are a couple heroes rotating. S4 is on the hunt, has a gem. Let's see, who does he see? Glimpse back on S4 from Cinderin, so he won't be able to get that ward just yet. He can't find a particular target. Coming in now is No Tail. Was Shadow Bladed up for half a moment. Dire Scan coming out, nobody there. And that's it. Escape are kind of grouping up together, though. Looking to find a pick-off down in this bottom lane. See if they can get anything done here.
Tense moment here. I mean, they have everything available. Trying to bait out Quick for hoping that they're going to go for it, but instead it's Tinker up top, faces Void in the mid. are relatively unaware. Of course, they did just use that scan, as you said, so they can't be too certain. And they might guess for it.
Oh, he misses the Ravage. What a blink coming out from S4. He still has his lasso ready to go. He'll pop his BKB. And the Static Storm was in the BKB S4 Bat Rider. Yes, they will take down Fly. It looks like OG are going to try to fight this. The lasso was up and ready to go. The gem is now down. There's the Chronosphere onto a couple. They have that blinding light coming through. Excuse me. The laser doing some serious work. There's the Dagon coming out. Kezu getting crushed as well. Another laser doing some serious damage. Koifa as well as Sin barely surviving. Era's back up trying to man fight here against this Bloodseeker, and he will win the man fight. Now No-Tail, one of the few survivors coming out. They will take down Kezu. It's a 3-for-3 trade. Era's BKB is still there. Finally will go off. Will blink away. He's got the Blade Fury. A refresh will come through. A rearm, but they will not find the Juggernaut. Instead, they'll turn their attention towards the Spirit Bear, which is actually crushing No-Tail at this point.
He has
do
bots
believe they
too on
got
the
the
Tinker.
gem.
Drops his quarterstaff to get the gem.
Yes. Did
Brings
they
the
kill
Tinker
it?
back in.
Koifa. They do have the Savage Roar away. The fear is there. Can they bring this man down? The Tinker's looking for another laser. The TP out. He cancels it. He wants to bring down this Tinker and
going
kill
for
him.
it.
Koifa, he's going to be able to get this done. The
bash
bash comes
for it.
out. He's so low. They both go down. The March of the Machine kills one. Koifa kills the other with the bear. It's a beyond godlike spree that the Tinker actually secures for himself. What's happening?
Oh, chaos. Manly plays that were very much required there. Bloodstone means he'll be back up relatively shortly. No-Tail did end up with both gems, but cost him a quarterstaff, so he paid 900 for 900. Unless, did his courier come get it?
No, I don't think so. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
his courier saved it.
Wait,
Got
did
it.
it really? Oh my god. Unless he just bought that quarterstaff.
I don't think so. I don't think anyone was over there to deny it, though. Oh, actually, there is a TP
Lone
scroll on the
Druid was
ground.
there.
Maybe you're right.
The Lone Druid was there.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny either way. He will get his butterfly regardless. Whether or not he had to pay an extra 950 gold remains to be seen. What a game, Trent.
Yeah. This has been hype. Game,
Hey,
you know, we were all
guys.
worried about game one. Like, oh, is that?
I
is
got
that
an
Sunsman?
update.
What's that, Shannon?
No, I
More
think-
text?
No. It's nothing. It's nothing funny, unfortunately. I
Oh.
think what happened. I could be wrong. Koikfa resummoned his bear right before he died, and he lost both bears.
Yes, that sounds
Right?
correct.
So it's on cooldown for quite a while. All right,
Yeah.
that was too serious. I won't do that again.
How dare you?
I mean, he's dead anyway, though. So, but I guess if he buys back, that's true.
Yeah, that last fight was something else. If you're watching, see if you can discern exactly what happened, because it was kind of all over the place at one point in time. I mean, it's just topsy-turvy Dota.
There were some pretty good plays. Obviously, the Ravage being dodged by S4 was pretty hype.
And the
then the
Static
Chrono
Storm.
comes in, and then he got glimpsed back. Yeah, and the Stack Storm too.
That is unfortunate for Kezu and Cinderin. That would have been a nice kill to have like 10 seconds before they actually killed him. Because everyone was allowed to rotate in very quickly from OG. They did get there inevitably, and they were able to turn it around.
I think Anna just goes for Hex now. Like with the Bloodstone. Seems like maybe that one last bit disabled they're kind of missing after Chrono and Lasso. I'm like obviously hexing Tide, hexing Jug. Pretty massive for them.
I would say so.
Seems
Just
to be
any
the
bit of control
default one.
Any bit of
Could just go
control that you
ham
can
with
get.
E-Blade, you know, work with Jerax.
Are they really... They might be lacking a little bit on damage. I'm not sure.
I think it's not so much like lacking damage, but just how much it could just amplify again, like Jerax. Like, what could you do with like E-Blade, Blood? If you gave yourself the Blood Rage and then dig on someone.
I'm pretty sure that person's dead, whoever it is, unless they have BKB. That's the one problem I see with an Ethereal Blade. There is only, I think, Era with the BKB currently. I don't believe there's one on the Spirit Bear or on Quakefa. So, yeah, Ethereal Blade could work.
I think no, the bear has one.
Does it
Pretty
really?
sure. Yeah,
Okay.
quite certain. That was a hype play by Quakefa too. Like, yo, Quakefa Dota.
He went in.
just man, like could have TP'd out. And he's like, nah,
Nah, I'm doing
nah,
this.
brah.
But he did feed away a Godlike Spree, a beyond Godlike Spree to the Tinker. And now the Tinker, I mean, he already had a lot of money. He has now 7,000 or 6,698 gold to work with. He could buy out that Hex right now if he wanted to, but he'd probably want to save for buyback.
Yeah,
No?
he's got a lot of reliable gold.
He certainly does. He's a rich man. We got a bit of a pause currently, everybody. 47 minutes of the game, 21 to 30. This is our game one of our second series of the day between OG and Escape. The European side of the bracket now getting back underway. The G is called. And back to waiting for Roshan, which is back up in like 20 or 30 seconds. Trent.
Go to 2. What a game. I love that dire side advantage.
Someday it'll be
curiosity.
fixed.
Who chose that? Escape. So Dire took first pick, and Synderen chose the Radiant side. Kind of more typical for your like pushy strats, I suppose. Anyway, of course, you never really know what heroes you're going to wind up with in elimination mode, so it's not like you can fully plan out your strategy sometimes.
Yeah, you really never know. That's so true. They did pick up a. By the way, it wasn't an Ethereal, but it was a Dagon for Ana. So the Tinker now has some extra damage to work with.
Damn.
He
That's
did
intense, dude.
Blood Rage.
No buyback, dig on 5.
Yeah, this is going to be fun to watch. Some lasers
Man.
going off. They have 3 lasers. They have 2 Dagons and the lasers coming out from the Tinker. So there's a lot of zapping happening in this game of Dota.
Poor Kezu has just been working on this refresher forever.
Yeah, he had the 1 Perseverance for a long time. He finally got the second one. Still needs that recipe.
1,700 gold away.
Yeah, that's the miserable part. Is the recipe that comes after. All right, 49 minutes in, you do have the Roshan back up, but it looks like OG are just trying to take over map control, and Escape continue to lose any semblance of that as we progress further into the game. 49 minutes in, they find the Chrono onto 2. No Tail getting TP'd on. That's the Tinker coming in. There's the Dagon, the lasers. They'll take down Synderen again before he can get anything off. Air will come in. They might lose the Tinker. He does use that Bloodstone Suicide. No Tail getting hit up. Gets stunned as well. He's got his Silver Edge back up in 1 second. Might be able to still get out here. Tezu Ravage will go. The Silver Edge gets off. They have vision. They have detection. Might be a little too aggressive from No Tail now. And with 2 dead, Air is going to jump further aggressively onto Fly. Swap out. No, he might just go down, be the martyr. Air decides not to chase, actually, it looks like. I think he might have been ruptured.
Fly's
In fact, he
thinking
was.
about it.
Swap back. He swapped himself with the rupture on him as the Lotus Orb was there. He didn't move. Air literally didn't move after that swap hit him. Oh, my.
I wonder if Fly was thinking it would double it, and that's why he went back in for
That's
it.
what I thought would happen, but it didn't, so...
That was such a risky play that seems so unnecessary from the Dire. If they lose Roche now, like, why are they chronoing here for 2? I mean, I understand what they're thinking, but they like blow them up without even having buyback on the Tinker. So like,
Koifua is getting
work
last
out.
out, and the Tinker is back up. This is why they're doing it. They're going to bring down Koifua for 99 seconds. He doesn't have a resummon for 40 either. If they want to contest Roche, they're going to probably have to buy back now.
all right, saved. We're fine.
You see? You ask the
Everything's
question,
okay.
you get the
Oh,
answer,
Jerax just-
and that's a BKB.
They're
Who's-
even. Everyone's just hitting buttons,
It's a game of hitting buttons.
swapping some items around. I take it. I assume that was perhaps supposed to be a Midas. Then he just gave up on Midas in the creep.
I'm
He hit the
done.
wrong button.
I've already caused too much chaos and trouble. I might as well just not use this. They will take Roche almost assuredly, which again is going to be another cheese and Aegis Roche going their way. With still 60 seconds remaining on the respawn for the Lone Druid. The waves are pushed out, but not pushed out enough that I think they can get anything done after they take this Roshan. Jirax is getting really low. Finally, they will take it down. That'll be
All
that.
right. Cheese in the pit. Oh, I hope this is one of those games where they forget about the cheese. That's a classic. I'm sure Fly's coming right now.
Didn't we cast a game that happened in? Or was that
Yeah, it
just...
was like it's 6 full minutes of no cheese.
Yeah, we're like, there's a cheese there. Get the cheese, please. Fly will
Fly's
get in there.
on point.
He's very diligent about these types of things. They're not going to leave the cheese in there.
Super nice for No Tail. Is that all right? Despite that last fight, Era still not quite up to MKB. Even if he was, he wouldn't have buyback, of course. But obviously, gonna be a nice game for it. Damn Tinker, and the Faceless Void Butterfly as well.
Man, this is so hard to push into high ground for OG. I don't, unless they get a lasso, and even if they do, I don't really see them. Like, they already had trouble pushing into the bottom tier 3 tower earlier. This seems so difficult for them, Trent.
Yeah, that is true. That's one thing we haven't really talked too much about. They really don't have the best tower pushers in general. You know, the itemization of the Faceless Void has definitely helped with that, but it's still not ideal. So that does kind of bring up these riskier plays, like the whole chrono down on the tower
Right.
and whatnot.
Find a pick, see what you can get off the back end of it, and depending on the hero, maybe push high ground. But they're right now just keeping all of the waves pushed in. We might have to see some split push coming out from OG in order for them to actually do some tower damage. They'll all sit down bottom for the time being. No Tail out front, S4 coming in as well, ready with his lasso. Gems up on top of that. Tier 3 tower pretty low. Would be nice to take that down. Nobody's walking up to the high ground.
I vision they can see Kezu. There's a rupture.
Rupture, No Tail walking in, pops the BKB, trying to go to work. Kinetic Field, keeping him up, safe. Blood Rage will
That's
go as well.
BKB from No Tail
Yeah,
too,
that's
though.
gone. He's going to get Glimpse back as well. They have the Static Storm. No Tail's in trouble. Can he pop the cheese? It's the swap back in time. Fly might give his life away, but still, they will get the Tier 3 tower. And they have the Refresher Orb for Kezu now as well. Arrow, Omni Slash. They pop the Chronosphere, but that only might bring the Tinker down. Ravage onto just about everyone except for S4, who gets off the BKB in time. They've lost Ana. He'll buy back and try to get back into the fray as quickly as possible. Meanwhile, Bloodseeker getting stunned up. The bear going to work. Heat-seeking missiles. They'll bring the bear down. They've already lost Kezu. Yapster will be next. And so too will Cinder. And Koikli getting chased down. Another laser. Heat-seeking missiles. All 5 of them are dead in the dirt coming through. Ana with that buyback. Jerax with the Blood Rage with that freaking dig in 5. And they will take Rax. That's how they breach high ground, Trent.
Yeah, that burst potential is just absolutely insane from OG. They bring down Kez before he can get off the second Ravage. Pops the Refresher, but no hope. Just too many Diggins, too many lasers flying through. It's the light show. And I think it just might be lights out here for Escape as second Rax about to fall here. Of course, once you're, just sitting high ground, everyone's dead, it's pretty easy to push buildings, turns out.
Very true.
Yeah.
There is going to be 2 buybacks from both of the cores. They did just get them, I believe, and now they're going to try to do their best. With 2 sets of racks down, this becomes
Oh, that was close.
very tough. I don't know if they can do this. They might even just lose this third set of racks. Arrow will come in looking for the Tinker. Oh my god, look at the Dagon 5 and the laser go through. Blood Rage, Rupture
game
should
of
be back up.
distraction,
No,
though.
Jerax doesn't have it. He does, however, have Aegis ready to go. Root coming out, the Tinker, the Savage Roar. Jerax still low. Falling prey to... Oh, they actually get the glimpse back into the Static Storm. He's dead for 80 seconds. That's something now. Arrow jumping in. BKB pops. No Tail wants this melee Rax. He will find it. He will not get the range. He'll put some permanent damage there, but he won't be able to finish it off. He's trying to get it as best as possible, but that bear just eats him alive. And it looks like Jerax will TP away in time.
Arrow did it, dude. Brought him off those buildings. He's like, yeah, chase me to my well, guys.
I mean, all right.
Escape
so
dream.
They're
This is
still
what this team
alive.
is built on, Mott. What they do. Are
They're
you a
still
believer?
alive.
Look at
Trent.
this. This is a Moonshard bear. It's got bloodlust.
Trent, hold on now. This is
No.
tough. I don't
You
know
gotta
if they can do
believe,
this. There is
dude.
no Tinker for 40 seconds. Is this just a
believe.
death push right now for Escape?
Yeah, they're going in.
All right.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
Elimination mode.
Ravage 1
No time
back
for
up,
cool
Ravage
heads.
2 in 70 seconds, by the way.
Backstorm in 25. Look, Cinder has got the clarity going. That's how you know they're in.
He's like, I need a 3-man
55-minute
Static
clarity.
Storm. It's going to happen, Trent. He's going to hit it right here. This is the turnaround. 40
No
seconds.
more
for-
blinks from this guy. All right, that wasn't it.
That's not the glimpse they're looking for. Rupture's out already. It's onto the bear, taking a little bit of damage, not much. They should have a resummon here pretty soon. 30 seconds.
Bear doesn't have to move when it's
4
building.
staff. Now S4 looking for the lasso. Swap back. Actually, it still should do the job. The bear will inevitably fall, but not before it gets this mid-rax.
Someone Cinder, do it.
Hit it. Oh, come on now. They had to back. Here we go, though. Jerax looking for Koikfa. He just fought back. There's the Static Storm Ravage. Is this going to be it? The Omni Slash on top of it as well. Jerax will fall next. They've already lost the Tinker. Luckily, that is just the Aegis for that Bloodseeker. This still might be pretty good for Escape. Still no Tinker. The glimpse back onto Jerax. They might be able to bring him down. Kezu's got Refresher at 12. The Chronosphere, though, saves his life. No Tail comes in, right-clicking down air as best as he possibly can. BKB will go. He's broken at this point in time. Barely surviving. No healing ward. Gapster is going to be the lamb that's going to be for the slaughter. The Refresher only hits onto the no-tail faceless void, but can they bring him down? Arrow wants to man-fight this. He gets stunned up, and
is so
Arrow is
fast.
gone. Both him and Koikfa will fall for 89 seconds. That almost has to be it, as Kezu as well as Yapster will get cleaned up. All 5 will fall. Such a good try from Escape at the end of this game. They almost evened it up. It looks so good there, Trent, but not enough at 56 minutes.
The Elevatory lasso onto a creep. That's how you win with style. Damn. OG Dota.
That was a heck of a
That was
game.
some Bloodseeker gaming. That was hype, man.
That was super hype.
That was fun. OG, they're back. Haven't seen them since Face It. Invitational. Obviously, they only got to play a single game, so wasn't exactly the best showing for the squad. Coming on to elimination mode, looking to turn some heads. Show they're deserving to beat this major.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, you got to give credit to both teams. They played pretty well. I mean, well, there were some mistakes. There were some flubs, obviously. We saw them. We were a witness to them. But rust, whatever you want to call it, I don't know. Things happen. It's elimination mode. But with that, we're going to be done here for this first game. It is a best-of-3 series. We'll see if Escape can even it up and head into that Game 3. But first, Game 2 is going to be coming up. With that said, this is moonducktv. Thanks for watching, guys. And we'll take a quick break and jump back into our panel as soon as we get back. So see you guys then.